مرحبا بكم الناس الكل. I'm gonna speak in English, so bear with me today. But before speaking, I would like that I sing a song, and I would like that you sing with me. Is it okay? Yeah? Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Good, good. Okay, another song probably. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Do you know it? Do you know it? Okay. So I think these songs, like, it resonates in your mind, right? So basically, it's since the childhood, this is how we start learning. Learning a new language, learning a new way of pronouncing things, learning a new culture. It's by simple things that keeps ringing bells in all our lives and in our minds. So this is basically what we call in our lives a way of communication. This is how we communicate. We communicate to children, we communicate with people, but through different things, not just the normal way of communicating, right? So let's imagine now in a place where there is war. There is simply thousands of children in a shelter, just imagine that, and there is a radio. But from this radio, there is this song that starts singing, that is educating, that is teaching the children something new, that is getting them from that, let's say, that moment, that harsh time that they are living, into something joyful, something that brings them to life, to forget about where they are right now in the middle of war and chaos, to bring them, to give them the childhood that they want, not just by a simple song, but also by stories. We have storytellers that whenever we hear the stories from our grandparents, our families, it takes us and makes us travel into other dimensions. And this is the power of storytelling. It is another way of communication as well, right? And getting back to that shelter where there are a lot of children and the war is surrounded by them, like they are in the middle of the war, they simply forget the time that they are in that war. But they are being educated by the radio through the song and the storytellings. They are doing activities as well asked by the people that they are talking in the radio. So what happens here is that we call the mental psychosocial support health that we are trying to give to the children, but through different types, through different media formats. We are trying not just to educate, but also to change. Change what? Change the lives of children in the situation, but also changing the surroundings, trying to make a difference. And this is why there is this new thing, let's say, that we don't usually know as media consumers, that we call SBCC, which means Social Behavior Change Communication. That we, like, it's a whole word, and it's a big strategy that we try to know and to understand the perception, the attitudes, how the audience interact, how the audience thinks, what they know about the specific topic. And this helps us to reshape the media content that we are going to produce for them. Is it gonna be, as I said earlier, a lovely song because we want to educate? Or is it gonna be simply a drama, Bollywood drama, because we want to make a change? Is it gonna be a reality TV show because our audience love these kind of shows? Or is it just simply a political debate? So a lot of different media outputs, a lot of different media formats. But how we choose that? It's by doing research to understand the perception of and the understanding of our audience, whether they are kids, whether they are in different age groups. This will help us try to shape together the media outputs that we would like to communicate to the rest of the audience. So it can help us track the change that we need to make for them. So instead of having a passive audience, now we are not having a passive audience anymore. We are having a change makers. We are giving not just media to consume, we are giving media to make change, to transform instead. And this is what I love most about my job, which is creating media that make change. So I've been working across Africa and the Middle East for the past, let's say, 10 years, and I've seen a lot of impact. And this is what makes me wake up every day in a very good mood and ready to make new challenges in my life. How to reach people in a war zone, how to make change in, I don't know where in the globe, because communication and media are not just for consumption, but also it is for aid. It helps people and it helps audience to learn something, to engage and to change. And this is what we need. We don't want just people to consume, but we want to understand their media habits, their media consumptions, to be able to make content that helps them make the change. And this is how we do it, basically. This is the reason why now, I know that all of us, whether through messages, through WhatsApps, whether through tweet, Reel, Instagram, TikTok, whatever platform, guys, you have in your hands, in that little magic box in your cars, in your homes, it's all media and it's all tools that you communicate with and helps you understand things, and its way of communication by the end of the day, right? Whether we produce or we consume. So let's make us and all of us together that it's, yes, why not me taking the responsibility of producing the media that changes something, that helps people to educate them, to transform their lives in a way or another, to make a change. This is what we need to do now. Not just to see simple thing on social media and post and, okay, let's share it. No, we should be careful what we share, because we have audience. We have our families, we have our people following us in whatever type of platforms. How we make the best of it, how we make people learn something, how to make the story that we want them to get in a very convenient way. Talking about stories, who doesn't like stories? All of us, right? Do you know why in media, and especially in communication, we use storytelling techniques a lot? Because actually, facts and data, it's good. We will see it later on. But there is that part of our brain that just gets the data, and just one part that consumes it. But when it comes to stories, all our minds and brain and feelings and emotions absorb the story. And by absorbing the stories, we don't just put it with us, but without knowing, we make actions. And this is why in communication for development and the media for social change, we try carefully to shaping our messages in a way that helps us know how to shape the story that make transformation, make change, get people to learn something, and also to change their attitudes, the behaviors, and to make a change. Not just by putting some media in a way or another, but it's very carefully, it needs to be done very carefully. So basically, this is the media for development, the communication for social change that we are trying to get into now, the new world, on how it shapes the minds, it shapes the future and the future generations. But it also has some challenges. We cannot just go there and say, okay, let's put here in this place, like we have this target group, let's create a podcast, which is the trend these days, right? No, guys, podcast, it can be so good in specific areas. But you can find people in some of the countries, they don't have even access to internet. How can you produce podcasts and you want them to, that makes change for them? No, we should be able to know exactly how we reach our target audience, what type of media they consume, what are the challenges that makes them not consume everything. And by knowing that specific moment, we are able together to understand the audience again, understand our messages, the language that we use with them, the jargon that we use for our target, and how we do it. This is basically the overall situation of how we are able to create something through media that can change something in people, which is the transformation that all of us want and all of us need to see in this world. We are fed up of consuming media just for entertainment, which is sometimes is good, but also we are spending a lot of hours watching, scrolling social media, etc. At least there is something that is targeted, that directly goes to help us shape and do some transformations. So whenever there is, for you guys, this is a call, whenever you have the opportunity to even produce or consume, this is a call to action. Make sure that you consume the right media that really makes a transformation, that really makes a change. Keep in mind, you are change makers, either by consumption or by production. Thank you so much.